Hello, welcome back. I am pausing my Halloween content temporarily because I have my very first book event this weekend. So for those of you who do not know, I am a co-author and the sole illustrator of U.S. Coast Guard ABCs. And I am participating in the literary lawn party hosted by the Mobile, Alabama Historical Society at the Historic Oakleigh House Museum on their lawn. Also, quick shout out, use your local printers. Use a mom and pop shop. Don't go to Staples, don't go to Office Max. Sorry, but I called at noon and by 4 p.m. this was ready and it was 20 bucks. The smaller versions were 10 each, I believe. I am doing a giveaway at this event. I made the sign and payment methods, of course. At the event, I will of course have my book for sale. So I don't think my hard copies are gonna get here in time, which makes me so sad, but I do have about 25 paperbacks that I'll have for sale. And then from there, I've also printed out, using that same local printer, some copies of my future coloring pages. I say future because I do plan to publish a coloring book to accompany the children's book that we've already published. So these are little sneak peeks. I have A, B, and O randomly. In this video, I just want to take you all along because I'm excited to film it and just see what the experience is like. My mother is in town, so she'll be joining me. You'll get to see the setups, the behind the scenes of the actual event, and then maybe some takedown and some afterthoughts. So very excited to film this, very nervous. I'm fully expecting to sell like 2 books, but that's okay. So next clip you'll see is probably my mother and I setting up on the lawn at the Historic Oakleigh House Museum. Got the table, 2 chairs, and this is our outdoor rug that might look nice underneath our table, so we'll see. Books, crayons. Got some patriotic themed ribbon on sale at Joann's. Battery charger for my phone. Glue sticks and my glue gun. Tablecloth, we just got a fun disposable one from Walmart. Maybe one day I'll invest in a permanent one. And these are my bags for if somebody purchases.
We're all ready.
Yay, let's do it.
All right.
We arrived at the Historic Oakleigh House Museum promptly at 10 a.m. for setup. I was just a little nervous because I didn't know what to expect, so I wanted to make sure to get there and get a good spot, which we did. Definitely get yourself one of these wagons if you were ever involved in any sort of vendor fair. It was so convenient not having to carry everything. And we started to have a bit of fun with the tent. We couldn't get it open, so one of these lovely ladies from the local Baker High School here in Mobile was able to run and grab some lotion from her bag to get it open. So huge shout out to these Baker High School Key Club members. They were volunteering. There were volunteers all over the place. It was really cool to see the community come out and look at the force they're using to get this tent open. I swear I could not have done it myself. So the biggest shout out to Lee, Kennedy, Madison, and Lilith with the Baker High School Key Club, because truly I think I would have just kind of lost my mind trying to get this tent up, and it would have just made it where I was so worked up even before everything got started. So couldn't have done it without you guys. From there, here's the setup. I know I'm biased, but with the rug and the tablecloth and all the stripes and the colors, I just feel like we had such a fun setup. There were other children's books, but for the most part, everybody's setups were a little plain, so I'm obviously biased, but tell me what you think. And then from there, obviously, the best part of the book fair, the literary lawn party, was Carjo, the cat. I believe this is the museum's caretaker mascot. He definitely strutted his stuff and was like, I own this place. He was climbing throughout the oak trees, and then also climbing all over our table. So obviously we were just in his way and he had to strut around, which was so fun to watch. We had such success with our coloring books or coloring pages I got to the point where my mother needed to spend some time just prepping the pages, and I was as well, to get them folded up and into the bags, because that was definitely going to be that was the longest part in the process when somebody was buying, was setting everything up in the bag. So big tip, if you are doing any sort of vendor fair, get everything prepped and put together in at least a couple bags, so then that way you can just pop in your book or whatever your main piece of merchandise is and hand it off to your buyer right away. From there, I abandoned my mother at my booth so I could walk around. It was great to see the other vendors, and especially the Haunted Bookshop. This was their booth and they were the sole sponsor of the event, so it was really cool to get to see their setup. My mother has somehow replaced me and has a strange man sitting at the booth. About halfway through the day, I had Caroline Dobson at my booth. She is a congressional candidate here in Alabama, so it was just really cool to have her, looking at the books, and she even bought two, which was so amazing. So I'm so grateful that she did that. And the rest of the afternoon from there was just selling the next couple copies, and I got to even see some of the Rugrats running around were actively coloring their pages. My little next door neighbor hung his up. Also seeing my book in their bags, just being held by their new owners, was also so fun to see, and really just overall had such a great time. As you can see, I had the best time today, and it was just the best experience. We sold 11 copies, which I feel like for my very first book fair, that's pretty good. Almost everyone had a Coast Guard connection, which was really cool. One guy was in for 27 years. One woman, her dad was an admiral. Another woman, her brother is a DC chief in St. Louis. So if you're a DC chief in St. Louis and you have a sister in Mobile, Alabama, she got your children a book. And some people didn't have any connections, which is fine too. It was just really fun to take this passion and get to talk about it in person with with the patrons, and it was just the best experience. So thank you so much for watching, and if you want a copy for yourself, they are available on Amazon, linked below, both the hardcover and the paperback. Paperbacks are $15, the hardcovers are $20. Thank you so much.